हमने पुराने गॉड ऑफ वॉर की पूरी सीरीज खेली है एंड अप टिल गॉड ऑफ वॉर 3 ऑल ऑफ द गेम्स इन द सीरीज हैड बेसिकली 2 रिएक्शंस फ्रॉम अस. वाओ दिस इज सो गुड और वाओ दिस इज सो बोरिंग. The classic God of War games had major issues with its pacing, where between cutting off Hydra heads and killing gods, you had to do this. All in all, we thought that the original God of War games were pretty good, but वो कोई masterpiece नहीं थे जिन्हें हम वापस जाके बार बार खेल सकें. मगर ये नया वाला God of War थोड़ा अलग है. हम God of War को उसकी ओरिजिनल रिलीज पे नहीं खेल पाए थे बिकॉज तब हमारी PlayStation खरीदने की औकात नहीं थी. बट Sony recently released it on PC and finally we got to play it and we must say that God of War is a monumental success of a video game. सीरीज के रिबूट की वजह से the old God of War fans were skeptical about the game, but this game is in a different league as compared to all the other games. Where older games brought the pacing to a complete halt, the new God of War tells a story that can get even a person who hasn't played any of the other games interested. Talking about the story, this game has a fantastic one, and we don't remember the last time we were so invested in the characters and the plot of a game. There are quiet, reserved moments sandwiched between jaw-dropping set pieces. You kill gods, dragons and trolls in this game, but the story still focuses on the plot point it started out with, which happens to be the relationship between Kratos and the boy. Kratos has grown as a character between the events of God of War 3 and the new game. He has moved on from जो भी ये है to a more quiet, reclusive person hiding his past from his son for his own good. He has trouble communicating to his son. He cannot praise him for his achievements even though he does want to. लेकिन ऐसा सिर्फ गेम के स्टार्ट में है and it does change and opens more to his son as the game progresses. The son Atreus has a character arc even better than Kratos. He starts off as a boy who's hasty, has little patience and also has anger issues quite reflective of the old Kratos, but he too progresses as a character. गेम के स्टार्टिंग में वो ऐसा था.
Can you hit it from here?
We should get closer.
And then end में he grows to be more competent and focused, but as soon as he learns that he's a god, he starts killing people without any remorse or justification, again reflecting back to the older Kratos. But through the events of the game, he learns and finally in the end becomes what his father always wanted him to be, better. God of War के सारे characters, Brock, Sindri, Freya, Talking Head, all are well written with their own stories, motivation and goals. They are all interesting to talk to with engaging dialogues and great voice acting. ना कि दूसरे गेम्स की तरह जहां पर NPCs की डायलॉग डिलीवरी कुछ इस तरह की होती है.
Oh yes? You are going to find his book?
Why is she here?
You actually showed up. Listen, I'm not going to bullshit you.
मेरी एक टांग नकली है, मैं हॉकी का बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी था.
The main villain Baldur is also interesting with his own backstory and justifiable reasons to hunt down Kratos and Atreus. The boss fights with him are also insane with so much action, it can put a Dragon Ball Z fight to shame. You kill him many times, but every time he comes back and he's like,
अभी हम जिंदा हैं.
So now, combat की बात करते हैं. The one thing that the God of War games are all about. How is it?
Pretty good.
Wow, that was something, that fight.
Kratos' axe has a weight behind it, charge attacks split a dude in half, a successful parry stuns the enemy and is followed by a satisfying slow-mo. You can freeze enemies with your axe and kick them in a wall to shatter them for an insta-kill. Near the second half of the game, you get the Chains of Olympus and those things are completely crazy and can juggle enemies into the air. But with such powerful weapons and multiple combos, it's possible for a game to fumble and become too easy. लेकिन God of War यहाँ भी खरा उतरता है. On the hardest difficulty, the enemies deal a ton of damage and they are relentless. And if you get their HP low but do not kill them, they go Super Saiyan and then their defense and aggression increases, making them much harder to deal with. So, in the heat of battle, you have to prioritize what enemies you need to get rid of first and what enemies to distract using Atreus. All the puzzle pieces of God of War's combat just fall into place and click. जो एक लौती nitpicking हम कर सकते हैं इस गेम के लिए वो ये कि इसके सब बॉसेस में वैरायटी नहीं है. They just get reskinned and get a new move or two, but that is not much of an issue because of the absolute eye candy that is God of War's combat system. God of War is one of those rare examples जहां पर एक AAA studio puts out a game which is worthy of that title, that lives up to its hype, does not just reskin the same old open world, tower climbing Ubisoft formula and tells a story that can get anyone hooked with a polished combat system. God of War is a game that reminds us why we love video games. Stay tuned for more and don't forget to subscribe to 1UP Gaming for more such videos.